Hey, what's up YouTube, and welcome to part 2 of my how to make a cinema tutorial. If you haven't made part 1, then you will have to complete that tutorial to move on to this one. So if you haven't already got the cinema building that you can see behind me, then follow part 1. I will leave a link for it down below in the description and at the top of the comment section. The thumbnail looks like this. Once you have completed that tutorial, we can move on to, well, this tutorial.
One, two, three, four, five.
That top row actually will probably replace the row of red concrete just below the top here. That might be a little bit mean, but now that we've kind of like boxed this area in, unless we do just have a row of red concrete just below the top here, that might be a little bit better actually. So we'll have a row of red concrete just below there. And then if we just move along slightly, we have our row of light blue terracotta. Well, we're going to add another row inside of this row, and then we're going to build up using terracotta on top of this, leading all the way up to the ceiling once more. And this is going to reinforce the entrance into the actual cinema, so into the actual screens, I should say. We're going to have a double door here, in line with the of terracotta. We want to destroy in front of these doors, and we're going to destroy a row of 2 and just place some red concrete pounder in here. Above the door, red concrete, and then we want to, next to this will also be a wall. Does want to get built up, but we want to build it up a little bit later, because now that we've kind of like reached this point, we want to turn our attention onto the opposite side of the cinema. And we're going to, once again, we'll leave a gap of 1 and then destroy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put some light inside there, because this is like an extra ticket booth, just in case the one outside isn't available. We want to extend the terracottas along the back here, and we'll leave enough room so that we've got a 2-row wide gap back here. But we do want to separate these 2 little booths, and we are going to use some cyan terracotta to go and like fill in these back. Not quite too much more detail, but we will be working on that later. So moving on, coming back to reality, we now want to add another row of light blue terracotta behind this row, the far wall of the ticket booths. So with the terracotta on top, leading all the way up, filling in all of the gaps just as we have on the opposite side there. We then want to have a double door leading from as well, so it's not just lanterns everywhere. So we are going to have a sufficient amount of light, but it's just better. Where is the glass? I believe it's in the chest, but I'll grab it now. It doesn't matter what glass you use. I'm just going to go with the black stained glass. Just going to fill this in. We're obviously not going to have these skylights in the actual screens. That would be a little bit crazy. So I think it's a good opportunity to use the high ceiling for something a bit more interesting. Whilst we can in here, whilst it makes sense that we would have like an open, like it's a nice open space, like people, there's a lot of foot traffic through here, so it doesn't make sense that it'd be like overly cluttered and clogged. And then along this back wall, in line with the tops of the, and the idea here is very simple. The end rod might actually have to be another row higher. So let's do that. So the ticket booths. Once the ticket booths have been done, we have the more confectionery zone. And then, I mean, it depends how crazy you want to go with detail. Like you can add item frames, you can put different drinks in it, you can have a potion of healing, why not? So, you know, it depends how crazy you want to go with the detail.
Yeah.
We can have more paintings, we can have more posters, we can have more this, we can have more that. But that's kind of like for you to decide. Like we had a nice level of detail, and if you want to go further and beyond, then absolutely feel free. But